Tomi H, hello and welcome to Up Close and Interpersonal. How are you?
I'm good, man. All right. Surviving on the island.
Yeah. How's your trip been so far?
It's been wonderful and magical and inspiring, tiring.
Inspiring and tiring.
Yeah, that's it. I always love coming here. I get so inspired. It's a lot of healing for me, but it's also it's a lot of energy to dial into. As we were just talking about, it's a very magical place to manifest.
This is like your second trip this year? Or
this year,
trip?
yeah. I was here in June.
Yeah.
How's
it been?
It feels like a second home for me.
Yeah.
Like I feel more home here than in the UK.
Interesting.
Sure.
And where are you from in the UK?
Fleet in Hampshire.
Fleet. Okay.
Yeah.
And you work in and out of London most days?
Yeah, so I'm driving in and out into Soho and Mayfair, dealing with managing DJs, playing myself in all the bougie clubs and fine dining restaurants for now.
Yeah, cool. So the energy is quite different in London compared to Ibiza?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I come here, to cleanse myself of the London energy, the heavy, fast-paced energy.
Yeah, it's too much, right?
It's a lot. It's
awesome.
A lot, yeah.
Well, mate, it's a real pleasure to have you here. I think it's been like 2 years since we've been trying to hook up, and finally you sat here with me
from Instagram
on my podcast.
To reality.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to get this underway. So let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
I mean, what was it like for Tomi H growing up as a child regarding music and that sort of thing?
That's a good question. I didn't come from a musical background. My parents would always have Queen and Status Quo on in the car. So that's I guess my foundation of music, like dad rock, 80s.
Sure.
But still some of the greats. And then through my teenage years, I got asked if I played guitar at school, and I was like, no. I kind of did a few lessons because my brother was doing it. I copied him, but I started picking it up because a friend was like, "Oh, you should come and play in our band." And I was like, "I can just kind of about play."
Yeah,
he started actually kind of teaching.
What sort of
me.
age was that?
That would have been around, I guess, 14 to 16, something like that.
Nice.
And we actually became the school like rock band, so we would like play gigs in the assemblies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we became quite good. Like we had some cool little emo pop punk rock songs. And that band actually flourished into a fully functioning band, which
did you all stay together from school?
Minus the drummer. Yeah, we got rid of him.
We won't go into that, right?
No. The drummers are always the troublesome ones.
Yeah. Brilliant.
But yeah, that band expanded, and we had MTV #1 hits with various tracks.
That's incredible.
Went to South by Southwest in Texas, played there.
And what sort of age was that when you went to Texas?
So we weren't of drinking age, so I think we must have been 18, 19.
Because it's 21 in America, right?
Yeah. That was... You're really trying to jog my memory.
But that was upsetting.
Yeah. Well, I remember we were watching Motorhead. We were going into Motorhead.
Yeah.
And this guy got this huge pen and just put these massive X's on our hands. Like, you guys aren't old enough to drink, but you can come in and watch. But yeah, I had some really incredible adventures with the bands, which now in retrospect really was the foundation of what I'm doing. Tuning of my ear and listening to really awful music and awful bands and really incredible inspiring musicians.
What was the band called, sorry?
Furthest Drive Home.
Furthest Drive Home. What was the thinking behind that name?
Random names out of a hat.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
and it works.
FDH was the short kind of thing for it. But it was looking back, it was great. It was a really cool time, especially at that age.
Yeah, it's a great achievement.
Yeah.
And what are those guys doing now? Are you still in touch with those guys, or?
Loosely. The singer more so. I see him somewhat regularly. He's now writing and producing music for TV, adverts, film.
Cool.
And he's very successful. He's always been very, very musical. He can pretty much play any instrument he picks up.
Yeah.
So we're closest in contact, and the bass player I haven't spoken to, and our drummer was
he was a bad boy.
Yeah, we fell out quite way back. So we had another guy come in who was really funny, just kind of covered and loved the band.
Sure.
So finished our last tours off with us.
So you already seen quite a lot of success at a young age, and is that fair to say as a band? To go
I don't I never see it as success.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just part of my journey.
Yeah.
To some people, yeah, I guess it would be success.
From the outside looking in,
sure.
I think, yeah.
I'd never feel comfortable saying that it was successful, but I guess at some point you have to acknowledge yourself, right?
I think so,
Self-validation.
I think it's important sometimes, but not overly important.
You know what? I think because my head's so into my music and into my projects, which I've been through, I kind of just, that's kind of in the background.
It's who you are, right? It's just
yeah. So it's
you're not striving to be successful. You're just getting up every morning, being creative, making music, playing music, and just going through your life on your journey, enjoying it as such.
There was one of my old favorite brands was called White Lies. And in an interview, I think it was the singer or the bass player said, creativity is a necessity, and for me it really is.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I lose my sense of self when I'm not expressing, and whether that's creating a product, creating a song, I have to be like giving of myself to people in some way. So yeah, I can't really say I've been successful.
No, I mean I've listened to a lot of your productions and your mixes, and you can definitely tell there's an emotional aspect with regards to the energy that you're putting into your productions. I mean, I'm the same, but I can tell from your productions that you're pouring your soul into it and your heart, and there's different stories and different tracks, which I personally believe, I think what music should be about, and that's what it's about, expressing yourself through your chosen art, right?
Yeah, and I think it's also creating a bridge for the listener to experience emotions that they might be blocked off from, or
I love that,
don't have the connection with. It's like when you go and see a DJ play, like we were talking about Solomon. For me, he can take you on so many different journeys, but tune you into this certain energy which just erupts across the whole, like in Pacha. Like everyone was it was just wild and fun, and it wasn't too hard, and just to be able to be taken on that journey through someone who's not talking or telling you a story, like verbally.
It's special.
Just with music. So it's like to put that into a track for 5 to 7 minutes, if you can transcend people to another world, whether they're going to work, on the train, whatever, it's quite a blessing to do that. So why not give everything that's in here? Like for me, it's mainly in the breakdowns you can do that.
Sure.
Because dance music's very kind of driving and meditative, and then I always find the middle eight and the breakdowns where you can like pluck the heartstrings.
And then drop it in. Of course. We're back online again.
That's it.
So let's talk about sort of like your transition from indie band,
sure,
guitar player, indie pop, and then moving in through to electronic music. I mean, what sort of where, and why? What happened there?
Sure. So the band's kind of disbanded. We kind of started growing out of our sound, and we felt we were growing out of our audience that we had, like our followers. So our singer left. He went to university to study writing music for TV, film, etc. And I carried on with the bass player, and then got another few musicians in. And that was kind of working a little bit. And then after a while, I kind of started going more electronic, Depeche Mode kind of style. I'm working with a really great producer, a guy called Julian Thomas. He worked with U2 and I can't remember the like punk band he works with now, but incredible producer, is a friend of ours for a long time. And he really helped me that initial step into slightly more electronic sounds. And then after that, I just found myself like dragging a kick drum across the whole project. And then it was just like, doof, doof, doof. So slowly and painfully taking my mind out of writing pop rock tracks into dance music was, I mean, I still feel it's a process now, but I'm a little bit more dialed into it. But that was the beginning of the shift. And picking up DJing was quite quick for me, because when you're playing an instrument,
it's all about timing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was, and also when you're in the studio writing and recording music, you learn about frequencies and EQ and something being smooth sounding and fitting in its place. So I had the fundamental aspects of everything already there. And when I approached my friend, I said, I want a DJ. And like, what's the basics behind it? He said, okay, like that makes complete sense. So I burnt a few CDs. And I had, I can't remember what they are. They're like the silver ones with a little jog wheel. And There were just CDs, and I just
Gemini, was it, or something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
It was like awful bit of kit, but also great, you know. And yeah, just self-taught myself because it kind of all made sense.
Nice.
And yeah, that kind of took off quite quickly because I had at that point also a clothing line, which was a yoga.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I actually got into DJing, fully functioning, performing DJing, because I was throwing parties for my clothing label.
Oh, interesting.
So I used to make yoga apparel, leggings and sports bras, mainly for women.
Because you are actually big into yoga, right? And meditation and all that sort of stuff.
More into my breath work.
That's right,
But I do have an asana, I do have a practice, which I find very valuable.
And how does that coincide with you being creative and sort of, is it like a morning ritual? You get up in the morning, meditate, and then go into the studio, or is it?
Yeah, so most mornings for me is actually breath work, 15-minute breath work into a 45-minute.
50-minute?
Yeah, 15-minute breath work, then into a 45-minute Joe Dispenza meditation.
Okay, nice.
Have you ever done one of those?
Nice. Yeah, we have actually.
Space.
Yeah, I'm into Vipassana at the moment though.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Yeah, I do an hour of that every morning before I start my day at 6 o'clock, and then move on with the rest of the day pretty much.
Yeah, for me, it gets me back to my center. I actually don't feel normal if I don't do it.
Yeah. Wow.
And it also it gives me a bit more confidence because I'm quite sensitive energetically, especially if I'm working a lot and performing. It helps me just come back to my like baseline, so then I can create in a positive way instead of feeling like it's pushed. But yeah, my days are usually that, and then go to the gym, push some weights for a bit. Then get into production or managing DJs and organizing all of them.
I think it's important. I think it's important to be creative and be fit and healthy as well, not only just through body but through mind as well. Because that, for me personally, that's what makes the creativity be more. It's more fun, I think, and it flows. The energy flows much more through the body, easier. To get your ideas and things out. So I totally agree with you on everything you said there.
So you're cultivating the unseen, right?
Yeah,
so you kind of have to work all that internal stuff to move it around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what yoga's about, right?
Sure. Let's talk about Ibiza, Marbella, London. Where are the places you play at the moment in Ibiza, Marbella, and London?
So I guess we'll start with London because that's my home for now. So I'm a resident with Koya, international brand. They've got venues all over the world. Yeah. More opening up soon. Won't say where. Probably shouldn't say that. But they've been a great little family to kind of like build on playing in Marbella. I went over and played for them over there.
Nice.
And then I play for the Londoner Hotel in London, in Leicester Square. Yeah. Really bougie, cool little spot, which is it's basically a floating kind of cocktail bar.
Cool.
So we get to play a lot of the down tempo, desert style.
Really nice stuff. Yeah. I like that stuff.
Yeah, I might play a bit today. I've got like a few tracks which I like to just kind of go into.
Burning Man sort of electronic stuff.
It. Yeah. It's got a really beautiful feel to it, which kind of really dives you into another dimension. The Londoner. I've just started with the Gaia groups. They have them all around the world.
Yeah, nice.
They've just kind of opened up in London over the last 6 to 8 months, I think.
Yeah.
So they've got me in the restaurant, but they've also brought me in the club to do all the warm-up stuff. So that's kind of nice. I get to like experiment more with a little bit more of my deeper section tunes than just the afro stuff. I guess those are the most notable ones. I've done a few other clubs in East London. Steelyard, I did a show there, which was really fun with the guys from Wild.
Oh, Steelyard in London. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool little spot. We have a smaller room. One of the DJs, or two of the DJs, which I book, asked me if I wanted to play with them, and they've cultivated a really cool community. I guess those are the hot spots. We had the Windmill in Cadiz and Dear Darling. Dear Darling's still open, but Cadiz and the Windmill closed. But they were really great spots for kind of the bougier central London kind of vibes. Yeah. Obviously Marbella, Koya. I did Voodoo as well.
Voodoo. That's Marbella, right?
Yeah, Marbella as well.
That's quite a.
It's a little hot spot.
Yeah.
Again, bougie kind of restaurant.
Yeah. I have some friends that work and live in Marbella, so yeah, I mean, I know that area because of so I know the voodoo.
It's an interesting vibe. But my favourite place is always coming to play here. I've done a few private parties.
Sure.
And then my very good friend, Natalie Bloom, she plays at Destino, and she's invited me to play with her a bunch of times. So as much as this is always a holiday for me, it's networking. And
it's still a working as such. It's networking, isn't it? That's what it's all about.
You're always working if you're a creative, I think.
Sure, man. And how is Destino? What's the energy like out there?
I love it there. Like the new booth they have's great.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
It's really cool vibe. Definitely a bit more of like a music-on kind of crowd, I think.
Oh, okay. Because you played there yesterday, right?
Yeah. So it's good though, because everyone's kind of just open to any music when you're here.
Yeah.
Like if you're on the island, you know dance music.
For sure.
And that's one of the things I think I love about the dance music community. No matter what genre you like, you're going to like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're in a band, it's like, I don't like that artist, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But again, music's more open now, I think. You know, Spotify and social media has opened up everyone to everything.
Speaking about Spotify, you have 23,000 listeners each month on Spotify. You probably don't even know that. You kind of looked at me really shocked then when I said that. But you do have 23,000 listeners on Spotify, and I mean, your music is supported by some of the world's biggest artists, like who we got: Camel Fat, Hot Since '82, Marco Carola, Elian Fur, Richie Ahmed, and all those guys support your music, which is incredible.
Those are the guys I've played gigs with.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably from my bio. You got that.
I've got that from your bio.
Yeah. So
my bad. But you still get a lot of support from major artists as well.
Yeah, Blondish supports some
Blondish,
of my stuff. Most recently, I don't know if I told you this, but Pablo Fierro and Orodes have just signed my music.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, so that's
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's. Man, at the beginning of this year, I really went into my production. I've brought someone on to help me finish my tracks.
Yeah, lovely. Is that for the mix down, or is that for just the sort of arrangement stuff? Or
so basically what I do now is I kind of put a full product together. I send it to him. He'll mix and master it.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back to me and I'll be like, okay, I want to add this kind of flavor here, this kind of flavor there.
The flow's quicker that way, isn't it?
Yeah. I realized, especially coming to Ibiza and meeting these bigger DJs.
That's what they do.
You have to treat it like a business. I was ridiculed a few times by some up and coming bigger artists quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
When they were like, oh, do you have anyone mixing, mastering and helping out? I was like, yeah. And I got some really rude messages about it. And it really put me off the industry for a bit. And then I said, you know what? I'm an artist. I've made so many different products, types of music.
Yeah.
That's how I work and that's how I want to function. And over the years now, I realize the bigger DJs, they have a team behind them.
Of course. Yeah.
And as an entrepreneur, because that's what you are as a DJ, you have to write your music, you have to make your content, you have to go and network.
Sure.
You're doing so many
7 or 8 jobs,
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. And I think to be a touring DJ as well, there's no way that you could, like I do my own mix downs, I don't master my own music, but there's no way that you could put stuff together, but then you send it off for mix down because there's no way that you could do all that as well.
And it's a brutal industry as well. People
Absolutely.
think, oh, I'm just gonna write a really great track and sign it to this label. They're like, well, we've actually moved on from that song.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, but they won't even tell you that.
6 months behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's you have to have this constant flow of creativity going. And
sure.
I think as long as you're steering the ship and it's being filtered through you, and you are putting a huge part of yourself into the production. Having someone just like turn on some more light bulbs for you, another set of ears is so important.
I mean, like every other industry, you would have we'd have a team together doing a product. So why not? Would you do it? Why wouldn't you not do it? Sort of.
See, I came from that industry with the band.
Yes, of course.
You'd have managers and producers and engineers, like all helping you out to create something wonderful, so that people can have an experience.
Sure.
Which is like high quality.
Yeah. But I think for a lot of especially young producers and DJs, it's probably the money aspect that sort of frightens them away from that. It's like, okay, well, I can't really afford somebody to mix and master for me. A master's pretty much like people master for €40 or whatever, but a mix down is sort of slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot
more
more
expensive.
And I struggled with that at the beginning as well, because after I had to sell my business, I was literally left with nothing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sold it and I just kind of paid debts off.
Mm-hmm.
So going into DJing, I was 30 years old and I
Mm-hmm.
literally had no savings, nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had all these ideas and I would write them to where I could.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on Fiverr trying to find people,
Yeah.
trying to, you know, and it was a long process.
It
but
is.
now
You found out the right people, and now you've connected with the right people.
that's it. And there's a bit more abundance of money flowing in.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, now I can express and create an even better product.
Yeah.
And my ear and my production myself is like even better.
I mean, I've had the same story pretty much. You know, exactly what you say there. I've gone through Fiverr, gone through all those websites, gone through tutors and this and that, you know, and it is, like you said, it's a journey. It's not something you can just pick up and get to the top straight away. You know, there's an absolute there's a line of things that you need to do before you get any sort of success within the industry, I think, personally.
I'd very much agree with that. And
for longevity anyway.
That's what I was going to touch on, that I think the good producers take their time and enjoy the process, because, you know, we live in an age now where you can buy an Afro House template pack. And that's why the whole industry sounds exactly the same at the moment, because there are so many packs, and it's like, okay, everyone's got all the cool plugins and everything, and everything sounds the same. And I enjoy the struggle, I think, to like create something.
I mean, I like creating MIDI myself. I don't like to use, I mean, I use Kick 2 as my plugin for kicks. The most things I struggle with is kicks and bass lines, to be honest.
I mean, that's the fundamentals of dance music. So it's like getting it right. Like
it's the most important. That's the bass. You know, it's the foundation of dance music.
That's it.
So.
That's it.
Yeah, cool. Well, while we're on the conversation of sort of record labels,
sure, yeah.
You're signed to Wired, Zen, Space Motion Records, which is obviously Space Motion's
own
label, including Iconic as well. That's a big label. And actually, one of my favorite tracks of yours is called Love Network.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's an unseen one as well. It's very like.
I heard it. I played it last year on INTERPERSONal show. Actually, I don't know if you realised that, but I think I messaged you and said, you know, I really like this track. But you've got a remix as well by another guy. I played both of them actually.
Okay, nice.
But your version, obviously the original.
Yeah.
Is that your voice on there?
No, so there's a really, really beautiful singer from LA called Tomi.
Yes.
Not Tomi H.
Yeah.
And Jolien, who I mentioned earlier, the producer, I said, do you know any cool female singers?
Yeah.
He's like,
oh, it's a female.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a male's voice.
No. She has a.
It's been saturated, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, and she has a very like cool tone. That's why, like, when I'm finding a vocalist, I want them to have like a unique. Even if it is an androgynous sound.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
It's very unique. That's why I thought. I thought it was your vocal, and I thought, and I thought you pitched around, and
No, she's a great singer, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track, actually.
Super creative. That was me going into my Solomon vibe.
Yeah. I can tell that.
I went on a bit of an indie dance kind of tip for a little while. 'Cause, in London, I guess the genres going through all the clubs was changing, and I was like, okay, cool, now we're playing indie dance and melodic techno, so I'm going to write that. Then it would move into more like tech house, and I'd play with that a bit, and then when it hit Afro House, that resonated more with what I was doing with the band.
A
lot more melodic, a lot more groovier, a lot more kind of accessible. And now I'm moving away from that a little bit more, because I need that depth. Like every time I come to Ibiza, I'm like, I need to like get deeper, away from as much melody, and kind of dive a little bit deeper. So
Yeah, I mean, your music style at the moment is sort of predominantly Afro house percussion. Would I be right in saying that, with a more melodic, techno melodic house sort of instrumental stuff going on in there, which is quite deep and ethereal, really, and I like that. Do you mean? I really like that sound. And what have you got coming out over the next sort of couple of months? I'd be really interested to find out what's getting released soon.
Yes, so like I mentioned earlier, the Orodes signing is actually with Armada.
Yeah.
So it's his label Unreleased and Armada are doing a collaboration.
Wow, nice.
And interesting manifestation. I wanted this track, which is very deep, sexy. Still got Afro elements to it, but it's leaning more into the melodic techno side of things.
Nice.
And I was like, this would be great for Armada because it's kind of deep and sexy, but also very accessible.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Armada, and they're like, super great, but not for us. And I was like, okay, cool, kind of standard process, right? And then I saw
at least you got a reply.
Yeah. Well, it took a lot to find my way in. I sent like little parcels to them with Armada, like etched into it, little gift thing. Yeah. Found emails. Nice. I have little ways
being
to
creative.
Find them. Yeah, like you have to, right? And yeah, then in June, I think it was, I saw Rodes play at Playa del Soleil, and I was like, you know what? My track would be quite good on this label. So then I messaged him, sent it through. He's like, oh, this is good. Let me test it out.
Nice.
And yeah, then it's taken a while for him to go, cool, yeah, we're going to sign it. Yeah. And then his manager was like, oh, Tomi, instead of doing a single, would you like to get it signed on our Armada collaboration? And I was like...
Is somebody doing a remix of it?
No, so it's going to be an ADE compilation.
Oh, compilation. Okay, yeah, cool.
It's either going to be, I think it might be after ADE.
Yeah,
I can't remember. But yeah, so unreleased, Arodes' label and Armada ADE fantastic. Compilation. So it's going to be me with some other guys.
And when is that coming out?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. So you're still waiting like us.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just a really cool story that my intention was set to get it on
brilliant.
Armada.
Congratulations, mate.
I'm just like,
yeah.
It's such a turning point after so long, but now it's like we've got to follow that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, of course. I mean, it's like all the years of graft, and you finally getting some sort of something back. It means a lot, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Just that support and that
for
being
sure
under that name's super cool, and I'm really happy with the track. Yeah, there's politics behind the track, which is like a bit sad, but
okay, I'm really interested to hear what it is now, because dance music is steeped in politics.
Sure.
There's not many people that know, well, a lot of people know it, but some people don't really get it. But
yeah, so in general, I think most royalty shares are pretty standard in the dance music industry, but when you work with artists which come from a major label side of things, getting a 25% of the 50% you're sharing together is a kick in the teeth to them.
Of course.
Whereas
as the creator,
and it's so with that track, I'm actually not getting any royalties, and I kind of came to the conclusion, like, I'm not in the position to throw the track away because it's taken a year to write. I don't want to redo the vocal, and just to have the track. Like, the interesting thing was, as soon as I said, okay, you can have all the royalties, the Armada thing came through.
Wow.
So I really realized it was the universe.
You held off and that came through.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the thing is as well, like, what you wouldn't get in royalties, you may get back in gigs and stuff, so
that was
kind of how it rolls, isn't it?
The takeaway from it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like getting more streams, getting more people listening to the track. That's the most important bit. And even if I don't get financial reward from it, if Arodes is like, come and play with me and play at the Soleil, I'm just like,
fantastic.
That's the real joy of it, to be able to play for people. So,
well, congratulations, mate.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming next for Tomi H in the near future, and then sort of looking further ahead.
Sure, that's a good question. I never think too far ahead.
Never think too far ahead.
But so we obviously have the.
So what's coming next in Ibiza for a start?
Well, I've extended my flight,
Yeah.
so I've got another day, and it's going to be more relaxing.
Cool.
I'm pretty good when I'm here. I'm quite well behaved.
And
but yeah, it's just been very intense. Going to a lot of parties, networking.
Yeah. It's tiring, right?
Yeah, it is, but it's
fun as well.
Because you can just go in the ocean and cleanse your soul after being out 4 or 5 in the morning. And to be that's early for Ibiza, really.
For sure,
But for me, that's enough.
Yeah. Very professional of you.
People say that, like, you're very controlled. I'm like, because I did it when I was younger.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, exactly. Did all the after parties till 2-3 days later. Do you know what I mean? So,
I couldn't do it.
No, not anymore.
I guess so. We have the Arodes signing coming up. Pablo Fierro has also signed the track. So that's going to be coming out end of the year. Going back to London, going to be grafting, creating a lot more new music.
Cool.
And just working towards trying to be here for 6 months of the year, If I can, my aim now, my focus is to sign with Arodes and Pablo Fierro a few more times.
Wonderful.
And double down.
Yeah.
because I really.
Well, the link's been made now, so hopefully.
And I went to Pablo's night for the first time the other night, and it was it's so immersive and cool.
That's in Chinois, right?
Yeah.
How was that? It's a great club, isn't it?
It's so immersive. Like I really appreciate that circular kind of venue. Sound system's great. And he makes a great party. His tunes, they've always been just like groovy and rolling, tribal and worldly, you know. And he seems like a really, really cool guy.
Yeah, amazing.
He followed me back on Instagram, which is like a little.
There you go, friends now, mate.
I just had a little smile on my face. I was like, I'm so grateful you kind of like picked up on it. So just do my same thing, man. Just hustling slowly but surely.
That's it, man. The hustle's large, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
What can we expect from you today for the set, poolside set?
Deep and sexy.
Nice. Love it.
Because it's where I want to go musically.
Yes.
It's where my heart is, like we're talking about earlier. Yeah. The 2012 dynamic Solomon style. I kind of see this new era of that coming through with is it Maxi Marecki? Is that the guy?
Yes.
He was playing with Pablo, and he's been someone I've been tuning into a lot recently.
Okay,
and
I know the DJ.
He's from Belgium. His sounds super sexy and cool, unpredictable.
Yeah.
So I've kind of gone down that route.
Nice.
Because it's like I just
can't wait to hear it.
If you're letting me play what I want.
Well, of course. There's no DJs come here and play whatever they want, and I love that. It's such a mixed bag of people that come here. Some people play Balearic, some people play. Nice. It's really amazing actually to hook up with people, and I always like to listen to DJs mixes that I know. Because then I can sort of understand them more on an emotional level, as opposed to listening to somebody that you don't know, like a big artist or whatever. If I've met you and I can hear you play, then I really kind of understand you as a person then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, interesting.
But nice. Cool. Well, anyway, mate, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure to finally connect.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to the set.
Sure, thanks.
Thanks, mate.
and get your name aloud. If you're sad, just make a sound. What's that? Maybe it's nothing. I don't know what sleep is now. All I have are dreams about when I didn't live without your touch. Maybe it's nothing. Or maybe she's coming back for me. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing.
cómo se riega y la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, cómo se riega por el suelo. Ay, ella es bonita por el suelo. Ay, es vedecita por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, yo la sembré por el suelo. Ay, yo la sembré por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, yo la vestié por el suelo. Ay, yo la vestié por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, yo la sembré por el suelo. Ay, yo la sembré por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, yo la vestié por el suelo. Ay, yo la vestié por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, yo la tení por el suelo. Ay, yo la tení por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. Ay, la verdolaga por el suelo. ¿Quién es que dice que yo ay la verdolaga por el suelo?
For some reason you wanna be with somebody else. I don't get it, then I believe we should learn from the present. People looking someone to live there. Anything like you falling. Separation, no frustration. So please don't take us to the bad. To the motion, the motion. To the motion, the motion.
Although it's not the last time, there's fire inside of me. I wanna burn for you tonight.
me. They got to believe in something. Why not believe in me?